Spreadsheets can get overwhelming really quickly. Imagine you are managing a list of products with their prices and stock levels. Even if you just want to check the details of one product, you might scroll through row after row until you finally find it. And if you had to do the same thing for dozens of products, it would take forever. But what if instead of hunting manually, you could simply type in something unique like product ID, and Google Sheets instantly brought back all the details connected to it? That's exactly what the VLOOKUP function is built for. And in this tutorial, you will learn exactly how it works. Let's dive right in. Hey there. This is a quick tech where we learn together one step at a time. Okay, today we're going to learn about VLOOKUP. To learn about VLOOKUP, we need to create a new Google Sheets. So let's open up a new tab and type sheets.new. Hit enter. And there you go. We have our new Google Sheets here. I'm going to rename this to, let's say, Netflix. Perfect. So the data that I'm going to use for this comes from Kaggle websites, which is here. Basically, you go to kaggle.com and go to this link here. You will be able to download the dataset that I'm using. Just hit this download button here. Once you have, just import your data here. So now, let's say we have these data sets where we have the show ID and then the type of the show. The type is either a movie or a TV show. And then we have a title of the movie, director, cast, country, and so on. You will see all the columns here, including the release year, rating, duration, where is it listed in, and the description. Now, this is good, right? So let's say your client or customer comes to you with a bunch of IDs and they want to know what type are these. Are they TV show or are they movies? So all they have is the ID. Let's randomly select some movies here. Let's select this, down here, maybe a bunch of them. I'm pressing Command and clicking to select multiple cells. Let me copy all this what I've selected so far. Command C, go back up. And then let's say here we have the IDs. Let's put them here. Okay, let's say these are, what were they called again? They were called show IDs. Here I will type show IDs. You can rename this column to whatever you want. So they came to you and said, look, I have all these IDs that belongs to the Netflix dataset, but I want to know what type are they? Are they movies or a TV show? Now you can copy this and go search and sort of find the first one, copy this and go back to your dataset here and paste it here and do the same for everything. But imagine you have hundreds of lines here. It would be really impossible to do this within a reasonable time frame. So this is where VLOOKUP comes in. So using VLOOKUP, searching for specific items in your datasets is very easy. Let's type here type. So the first thing you do is start the formula with an equal sign and then immediately type VLOOKUP like this and you open the parentheses. Let me make it centered here. Now, as you can see here, VLOOKUP expects three things at least. So the first one is the search key. This means it's asking you, what are you searching for? What is the item that you're looking for? We're looking for S1. So I will click this N2, which contains our S1 value, which is the ID of the TV show or the movie. Then after I will give it a comma. And now, as you can see this help text, it says range. In which range are you looking this text in? So we will have to go back here and then we're looking for S1 in this column, in A column. But we also want to return whatever is associated with the ID under the column type or under the column B. So our range should include what we're looking for plus what we want to return. Okay, so we're looking under column A and B. And then after, I will add a comma. As you can see, there is a help text here. If I scroll back, it will still hover over, but we will be able to see. Now, you have the item that you're looking for, you have what to look for, and now, once I find, what do you want me to return? Do you want me to return column A, or do you want me to return column B? Obviously, we want to return column B, which is at index 2. Index in Google Sheets begin with 1. So your first selection is 1, and your second selection is 2. So we want to return not 1, but column 2, which is our index. And then add a comma. Now, do you want this to be sorted? We don't want to sort it, we just want it to return the way it is. So we type false. And then close the parentheses and hit enter. See, S1 is a movie. Our formula is telling us S1 is a movie. Let's see it. S1 is a movie. Perfect. Let's drag the formula down and drop here. Perfect. So S8 is movie and S9 is TV show. S8 is movie and S9 is a TV show. So our formula is working. Just like that, within what? Half a minute, you have all the IDs that you're looking for. We just have to finish this down. Yeah. Great. Now assume that the client actually said they want to know the type and the title. So we have to have a column called the title and return the title to the client or the customer. So let's say title, let's call it Netflix title. Netflix, just to show that you can have a different column name here. So to return the title, let's first do this. Let's freeze this pen by dragging this here so that we will be able to see when we scroll. We've seen this in previous episodes, how to freeze pens. Perfect. Now we're looking for the title for S1. So to look for that, we start with VLOOKUP. And now the first thing is search key. What are we looking for? Still, our unique ID is S1. So we type S1 and then comma. And now we have to specify a range. So we have to start with the column that contains our search key, okay, which is S1, and S1 is located in A. So we start with this, and we have to cover all the columns. We have to extend the selection to column C because our titles are under C. You can extend this selection way beyond C, but there is no need to do that because we don't need to involve column D, as everything we need is in column A to C. So let's say A to C, and then we will give it a comma. And now we have to specify what index are we returning. So index 1, index 2, index 3. So the title is in index 3. So I give it 3, comma. Now it's asking us if we want it to be sorted. No, we don't want it to be sorted. We say false and hit enter. There you go. Now S1 is Dick Johnson is dead. See, it says Dick Johnson is dead. And let's double click so that it will fill. And S8 is Sankofa. S8 is Sankofa. Let's say S78 is Little Singham. S78, which is a movie type, and it's a Little Singham. Perfect. So this works. So to sum up, in VLOOKUP, we need at least 3 things. The first thing is what you're looking for. So this is the search item. Here we're looking for S1. That's our search item. And then the range, which means where do you want to look this item in? It's important that you start with the column where your search item is located. Okay? What do I mean? For example, if somebody is looking for, let's say you're looking for a movie, okay? Any type called a movie, which is a very bad example, by the way. Just want to demonstrate. So we're looking for a movie and you can't select A to B, okay? Because under column A is an ID. you always have to start with what you're looking for when using VLOOKUP. So it has to start from here. I hope that makes sense. And now after specifying the range that includes what you're looking for and what you want to return, then you have to specify out of those selected which index are you going to return. And then you specify if you want to sort it or not, and then hit enter. That's it. Now you know how to use VLOOKUP. If you find this tutorial useful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for learning with me today. See you in the next one. Peace.